If you're like me, sometimes when you pray, you feel like a massive hypocrite. Perhaps you've been so consumed with bitterness after someone deeply offended you that even thinking about forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who have trespassed against us, it feels like a lie. It's as if Satan himself is mocking and taunting you for your hypocrisy as you recite the Lord's Prayer. But don't be fooled into thinking you're alone in this struggle. Everyone has faced the demons of unforgiveness. And Jesus, who knew this better than anyone, made sure to emphasize the importance of forgiveness in the Lord's Prayer. That's why in the very next words following his prayer, Jesus said, "If you forgive men their trespasses, your heavenly Father will also forgive you. But if you don't forgive their trespasses, neither will your Father forgive yours." The problem for most of us is that forgiveness gets weird and super complicated because we combine forgetting, reconciling, and the strong emotions of being wronged, hurt, and offended all into the same pot. This must be why Jesus clarified forgiveness in so many ways. Remember his story about a master whose servant owed him a monstrous debt? That's something he could never repay in a lifetime. After the servant begged him, the master had compassion on him and forgave the debt. Shortly after this, the servant found someone who owed him just a few dollars, and he got so mad he started to strangle the guy before having him arrested and thrown in jail. When his fellow servants saw this, they reported it to the master, who summoned him and declared, "You wicked servant, I forgave your debt because you begged me. Shouldn't you have mercy on your fellow servant, just as I had on you?" In anger, his master turned him over to the jailers to be tortured until he should repay everything that he owed. There are books about this little story and the many lessons behind it, but for today, let's focus on Jesus showing us how the servant only owed his master one more thing. Notice how Jesus never said the man owed respect to the king. He never said he owed reverence to the king. He no longer owed the king money, and he was released from his debt so that he no longer needed to even apologize. So what on earth did he still owe the king? Simply to forgive the debts of others. And when he refused to do so, look at how the man found himself imprisoned, literally tortured, the same way we torture ourselves when we choose to be unforgiving. With all this in mind, consider this. Do you enjoy the times when you've been forgiven? And do you enjoy the peace in your own heart and mind when you've chosen to release someone from a debt that they owe you? Or do you prefer to hang on to your bitterness and unforgiveness? It sounds like such a stupid question, but just think of all the people who go through life struggling with the cancer of unforgiveness and broken relationships. No wonder why Jesus wants us to be forgiving, so we too can live in joy and peace. So let's take the next step right now and get rid of all the confusion, ambiguity, and weirdness out of forgiveness. Let's cure the cancer of unforgiveness and learn what forgiveness really means before it's too late. I want you to visit curethecancer.org. We have free videos, articles, books, and resources to help you to finally discover true freedom and forgiveness. We'll see you there.